Hello and welcome to Leadership Dialogue. Now, Leadership Dialogue is a program on leadership hub, justice and economic advancement, LJE, where we engage thought leaders in our society to address issues and provide solutions to these issues. My name is Amoyeni Ojeifo. Now, the nation was recently thrown into mourning after the death of Arise News journalist Somtochukwu Maduagwu, who tragically lost her life during a robbery incident in Abuja. According to reports, armed robbers invaded her compound and in a desperate attempt to escape, she jumped from the building, a fall that proved fatal. Her death has once again raised critical questions about the safety of journalists, not only from targeted attacks, but from the insecurity and vulnerability that define daily life in Nigeria. In a country where journalists already work under intense pressure and growing risk, Somtochukwu's death reminds us of the very thin line between telling the story and becoming the story. Today on Leadership Dialogue, we reflect on the human cost of journalism in Nigeria, the courage, the fear, and the fight for truth in uncertain times. Don't forget you can also be a part of the conversation by following us across all social media platforms on @LJE Nigeria. Now with me in the studio is Mr. Ochiaka Ugwu, a seasoned journalist and immediate past secretary of the Nigerian Union of Journalists FCT Council, to discuss this important topic. You're welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Now, the death of Arise News journalists shocked many across the country. It was not during the protests or on the job, but right at home. A reminder that journalists are just as exposed to the insecurity they report on. Ms. Ochiaka, as someone deeply connected to the media community, how did you feel about the news of Somto's death? And how do you think journalists are faced with increasing risk daily as in the course of the job?
Thank you very much for having me once again.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. I will say that the untimely death of Somie, because most
yes, yes,
Somtochukwu Maduagwu,
yes,
it's very, very unfortunate that somebody who had every opportunity to go and reside in the United Kingdom, but decided against all odds to come down to Nigeria and be part and parcel of the rebuilding of her country by by working in the media, informing Nigerians, educating Nigerians, and also entertaining Nigerians, and above all, holding government account for the people, which is the main job of a journalist, going by Section 22 of Nigeria Constitution as amended. But like I said, insecurity has become a kind of a continued decimal in our body politic, to the extent that it is unfortunate that a journalist who just closed from her work go home to rest, and before you know it, in the following day, you now heard that she died, and not even that she died alone, but the way and the manner, the crude way she died. They said she jumped from a three-story building. And the most annoying part of it is also the response of the police, because I learned that police were called, but they couldn't respond. Okay, it may be one thing or the other have made them not arrest, which is also a fallout of the maybe bad system we have in Nigeria. And even also going to the hospital, they said the hospital refused to attend to her because there was no police report. But I think it's just a fusion of maybe lack of proper coordination, because if police had come that time, they would have taken her to hospital, and the hospital wouldn't have asked about the police report. They would have gone straight to treat Somie. But be it as it may, I think Somie's death, just like many journalists that have died, maybe in the course of their job, you're getting me, should serve as a wake-up call for the people in authority to do the needful, to nip the security situation of Nigeria in the bud. Because the way things are going, honestly, most Nigerians have lost confidence in the security system of this nation. And it shouldn't be, because government has that responsibility to provide security to every Nigerian, be it a journalist, be it an ordinary citizen, be it a government worker, be it whoever you are, you're entitled to be protected by the system. So there is need for us to build our security infrastructure, make it workable. Let there be responsive and responsible mechanism towards securing Nigerians.
Okay, so from all you said, as a member of the previous cabinet of the Nigerian Union of Journalists FCT chapter, how do you think the NUJ can work in synergy with media organizations and security agencies to protect the lives of journalists?
Let me just, NUJ is just a union of journalists who come together to advance their interests and also try to entrench credible journalism and also protect the practitioner as well. NUJ has always been vocal in coming out with a lot of proposals and programs.
But do you think they're vocal enough?
Yes. Yes. Because they have been coming out with a lot of press releases. Because their own is to set agenda for the government because they can't do it themselves. They don't have it, and it's not part of their schedule to go and maybe go into the nitty-gritty of the security system. But I will also tell you that most of the journalists, while doing their work, have also come under serious attack. You getting me? And unfortunately, most of these attacks are perpetuated by political office holders who are supposed to protect journalists or wherever, everywhere, anywhere. And even the police. Sometimes you hear the police have clashed with one journalist or the other, and before you know it, harassment followed, intimidation followed. Even outright the murder. Our greatest challenge was the death of or the mysterious disappearance of a Vanguard reporter known as Todwe Henry. Todwe Henry got missing, and we are doing what we could to make sure that we will find Todwe. Not until we now staged a peaceful march to the police headquarters, and then police told us that they will intensify their investigation, and which they did. And after a while, they now came to tell us that Todwe was knocked down by a moving vehicle. That is, and that led to his untimely death. But we thank God, the body was recovered and he was given a decent burial. But that notwithstanding, I think it's time that the authority should take care of, should intensify the security of journalists. And again, the media owners should also come in by instituting insurance package for members, because these people face hazard in their course of work, and also pension scheme for them. Most journalists, I will tell you the truth, they don't have the job is not pensionable, and there is no insurance scheme covering them. Because when you have insurance scheme covering a particular journalist, even before the owner will send that journalist to a kind of maybe a vulnerable area, the media owner must know that must have done a lot of assessment whether that place is safe or not, and also the journalist must have undergone training on how to maybe report in a crisis area. So that he will be guided by that insurance, but knowing fully well that if anything happens, then he has to pay a bogus insurance. And the NUJ has been fighting this, that every journalist are fighting this for every journalist to be insured, so that it will be a kind of security or a cover for them to do their job without fear of favor.
Yes. So what do you think drives journalists to keep, doing the job even though they know it puts them in harm's way?
I think it's about passion. You're getting me? And their desire to change their society better than they met it. The journalist has that duty to inform Nigerians. And not only to inform Nigerians, but to inform them aright.
Yes.
And that is why they keep on digging deep to make sure they get out the story, they beat deadline, and also for Nigerians to be fed with nothing but the truth. Because the most important thing is that public trust. If that public trust is good, I will tell you that it's as good as journalism is as good as nothing.
Zero.
Like,
Yes.
because there must be that public trust. People to trust you. Journalists can do this. Journalists say, okay, let's see what the journalists will do. Let's see how the journalists will interpret it. And you know, we by the training of our job, that we must always side with the society, especially the people at the bottom of the ladder in the society. And that is why we should always keep on asking questions, holding government accountable for the people. No matter the threat, no matter the harassment, no matter the intimidation, we keep on holding government accountable for the people.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Leadership Dialogue. We'll go on a quick break and we'll be right back shortly.
Camera rolling. Light set. Sound check. And action.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's program, a program where we get to talk
custody.
about the
Program
daily
where
affairs
we
and
get
technical issues with intent to educate.
This is the perfect space to create professional quality videos, recording news, podcasts, and all media content. With top-of-the-line cameras, studio lighting, soundproof spaces, we provide everything you need for a seamless shoot. Our fully equipped studio ensures high-quality production every time. Enjoy a comfortable, air-conditioned environment with professional-grade gear and expert support. Contact us now or visit our Abuja location to reserve your spot.
Welcome back to Leadership Dialogue on LJE. We have in the studio Mr. Ochiaka Ugwu, a veteran journalist and immediate past secretary of the NUJ. And we have been talking about the costs of being a journalist in Nigeria. Mr. Ochiaka, what kind of leadership in both government and media is needed to make journalism safer and more respected in Nigeria?
Okay, I keep on saying it, that everything rises and falls with leadership. We must get the leadership right for anything could work in this part of the country. Like the way the leadership has taken China to an enviable height, the same to and also to or some other countries of the world. A leader must be proactive. A leader must always be accountable to the people. A leader must be reporting to the people. And there should be all-inclusive governance. From entrenching this good governance, then from there we begin to move forward. The journalist has that duty to always set the agenda for our leaders. The journalist also has that duty to inform the public on the activities of government. Then the public will now do a post-mortem and now know whether the leadership is doing well, is on the right track or not. But all I know is that whatever we do in this country, we must always be selfless. We must always be, like in journalism, they will tell you to be objective. The leader also will be objective. The journalist also must be objective. And also they must have Nigeria before any consideration. Nigeria first, Nigeria second, Nigeria third. Otherwise, we aren't going anywhere.
Okay, so from your assessment as the past secretary of the NUJ FCT Council, do you think Nigerian journalists are getting there yet when it comes to, being objective for the job? Do you think we're there? Do you think we're representing as we should?
Okay, well, from my own assessment, I think we are doing our best.
Okay.
You're getting me? You can say maybe we are not, but we are doing our best. We may not have maybe reached there yet, but we will still reach there. But what I don't like is comparing us with maybe comparing Nigerian journalists with his American counterpart. But this is a different terrain. This is a different environment. Okay. And I keep on telling people that a Nigerian practicing in the United States is as good as an American practicing in America. An American practicing in Nigeria is also as good as Nigerian press in Nigeria. But the most important thing is also the training and the environment. Because I remember all these international mediums, all these international mediums, the way they take care of their journalists, the way they take care of their personnel, take care of them, and even protect them. Sometimes they give them during the protest. You see foreign mediums. All of them are wearing this protective vest.
Yes,
you're getting me. But you see some journalists from Nigeria, they're not wearing it. So what are you talking about?
So you said the life of journalists in Nigeria, the lives of journalists are not cherished.
It's not prioritized. That is, we should prioritize it, because these people are vulnerable. They are trying to to tell the truth. And there is always the fact that, because naturally, leaders, they don't want that truth to be told. Yes. And journalists has that duty, that responsibility to Nigeria people, and even to conscience, to tell the truth. Immediately that truth is unnetted, no matter whose ox is God. But the leadership will always want to have everything in their own terms. But it shouldn't be. So that is why we must prioritize the life of a journalist, who is telling the people, I can say, is now a bridge between the ordinary people and the leadership. And let me tell you, in every democracy, free press is the oxygen of every democracy. If there's no free press, it's as good as there's no democracy. And in our nascent democracy, we need that freedom, press freedom. But that doesn't mean that because you have that freedom to hold government accountable, then you started doing whatever you like. No, freedom comes with responsibility. The fact that they give you freedom to take care of this, it doesn't mean you should abuse it. And that is why we keep on sounding it to our members. When I was in NUJ, and we keep on also doing training and retraining on how best a journalist can report objectively without taking sides, and how best journalists can manage news reportage so that it doesn't cause a problem in the nation. Because it can only be journalist if there is peace and stability in the land. So I will keep on and we keep on telling them, don't break the news to break the nation.
Okay. So what advice do you have for young journalists that are trying to enter into the industry? How should they prepare themselves for the risk and the responsibilities that come with the job? Okay. I will start by saying that they are welcome to the journalism world, but they should not want in. Journalism is not for somebody who is not steady, and it's not for the faint-hearted. Okay. Yes, you must be able, ready to hold people account. You must be ready to report the truth, no matter the threat, no matter the harassment, no matter the intimidation. And above all, you must be able to also challenge the system when when certain things is going the way it shouldn't. What about the fear of being arrested and detained over speaking your truth? Yes, it has happened. A lot of journalists have been thrown into detention, harassment, imprisoned. But no matter what, we keep on thriving, keep on doing our job, because we have a duty to Nigerian people. We also have a duty to our conscience to report, to keep on doing our job, no matter what, no matter the intimidation, no matter the threat. So I will advise them to come into journalism, but one thing is key: they should always hold on the truth. They shouldn't compromise. They shouldn't come to because coming to compromise, thinking that they will compromise, and then at the end of the day, their hand will be greased with money. No. It doesn't happen. The journalism has no place for gratification. Journalism is a practical. You do it practically. You think about the people first. You also think about your integrity, and you also think about the public trust. Okay, so if you were to advise the government on one reform, one reform that would make Nigerian journalism safer and more respected in the society, what would that be? I will tell you that a half feedback can never stand direct. Journalists are facing a lot of challenges. I will tell you that some media houses don't even pay
set what they ought to have, or what they're supposed to pay newsmen. Maybe because of the economic challenges, which is also facing everybody. And there is this media enhancement bill.
Okay.
Yeah, standing before the National Assembly. We have NUJ, sponsored by NUJ, that is now requesting for government intervention in funding media. Yeah, get the hand. So that is what, because it should be, because we are doing even government a favor. Let me tell you, Section 22 gives the journalists a duty to hold government accountable.
Okay.
But there is no tool to do that. Yeah, it's in the Constitution, but there is no tool to do that. So the government is supposed to empower the media to be able to do the work given to them by the Constitution, so that they can hold them accountable, report on the progress of governance. Because people think that media activism is always attacking. No. It's collaboration. Yeah, so that we will now bring out the best in our system, so that people will now become direct participants in the government. Because democracy is about inclusivity. It's also about participation. It's also about cooperation and collaboration. So we must have that on the back of our mind, that we need to come together, sink our differences, both government and the Nigerian people, and even the journalists come together and now think of how to bet a new Nigeria.
So she's saying either this government, past government, or future government will be able to give journalists the tool to hold them accountable. Do you think there's a possibility in that?
Like I keep on saying, right is not given, it is taken. And that is why we are intensifying that campaign on media enhancement bill.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll keep on intensifying it, no matter what. Even if we don't enjoy it, let those who are associating us enjoy it. You're getting me? Because the country will only get better when old men started planting trees that they know that no matter how they may live, they will not take shade under it. That is what we are doing. We are fighting for that media enhancement bill, and we'll continue to fight for it until it is passed. Even if we don't enjoy it, let the succeeding generation do.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sister.
Yeah, the death of Arise News reporter Somtochukwu Maduagwu is more than a personal tragedy. It is a national reminder that journalists are not immune to the dangers they report. As we honor our memory, let this moment push leaders in media, in government, and in society to do better to protect those who keep the truth alive, because the real cost of silence is far greater than the price of truth. Thank you very much, Mr. Ochiaka Ugwu, the immediate past secretary of the FCT NUJ Council. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having me, and God bless you.
Welcome. And thank you to our viewers also for being a part of the program. Don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms on at LJ Nigeria. Thank you for staying with us on Leadership Dialogue today. My name is Samoyeni Ojefo.